Hey guys, welcome. Today we are trying to talk or trying to understand about the energy pyramid. Yesterday we learned that energy pyramid has a shape of a triangle, right? With primary producers or plants or those that create their own food at the very bottom, as you can see here, and tertiary consumers, those who eat secondary consumers like frogs or snakes at the very top. Now, have you ever wondered why it's in the shape of a triangle? Why is it not a square or a circle? Well, the answer is because at the very bottom it has a larger base, which means in forms of energy it has a lot of energy compared to the top where it's a point. It is a relatively smaller region compared to the base, which means that it probably has lesser energy. Because it is wider at the top and narrower at the bottom, that's why we preferably use a triangle as an energy pyramid. Um, Now, the energy pyramid, as you can see here, normally shows us how energy can move from one level to the another in a food chain or in a food web. As you can see here, we have, well, I'm not exactly sure what this is right here, but let's just imagine that it's an insect, okay? Now we have plants, which are autotrophs, which produce their own food, right? And then the insect, like a grasshopper, might feed on those grass for their food, and they are primary consumers, right? And then these grasshoppers might be taken in by, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I think it's a frog. So I'm gonna say they're eaten by a frog, and these are secondary consumers, right? Now, in several cases, the frog might be eaten by the vulture, or they might further be eaten by the snake. It really depends. This is an example of a food web, right? So as you go higher and higher and higher in the food web or food chain, the energy that is passed on to each level significantly decreases. It becomes smaller and smaller, and less energy is available as you go higher and higher and higher. That's why when we eat plants, people say you'll get a lot of energy because we're directly eating the producers, which means that if we eat them, we would get approximately 1,000 energy units compared to if we ate, let's say, fish or chicken. As we go higher and higher up, we get lesser and lesser energy. Now this is a very good example of what that looks, and this is a depiction of by how much the energy reduces. As you can see, it's literally squared. When there is 1 unit energy, if you go down, it's 10, then 100, then 1,000, then 10,000. So as you eat, the energy you get or energy you receive really, really changes. That's why it's, eating meat is good because it gives you proteins, right? It gives you carbohydrates that you might not get when you're eating plants. But if you want energy, it's always better to go back to the base and always use plants as a significant source for them. I hope this helped you guys understand why it's in this shape and why energy or how energy flows, which is from the bottom to the top, as we go higher and higher in the food chain. And in case you're wondering why the energy is lost, it's because, we also digest, right? We digest, we excrete out waste, we sweat, so water leaves our body. So when all of these processes happen, it eventually leads to a loss of energy. For example, if we were to eat chicken meat, right? Now, they would also excrete out a majority of the food that they did not digest, right? They did not use for energy. So it would be excreted out. And if water was lost from their body, it leaves. So that part of the energy also leaves their body. And that's the reason why we say that as we go higher up, the energy significantly reduces. And when the carnivore eats another animal, that new energy becomes a part of their body now, and it gets passed on and passed on and passed on. So the amount of energy that gets passed from the original producers, which were the plants, to the consumer that's eating it eventually after eating an animal becomes less and less as you move up a food chain. And I hope this made accurate sense to you. I want you guys to use this image to complete your guided practice activity today. If your image looks different, please refer to this picture. It's also in your reading, so you can also access it through your reading to make sure you have a accurate representation of what an energy pyramid looks like. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will see you guys later. Bye!